Alright guys, I'm in my living room and I'm pretty excited. Well, I'm always excited when I get to go out, but there's a freaking mess in my living room and this is always a pain for me. I always have a hard time deciding which items I want to go ahead and take because I always like to try different things. If you're not trying new things constantly, you're not really learning a lot. So, well, I guess I'll see him in the morning. He's supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. It's, well, 2 minutes till midnight now. I think this happens every time I go somewhere. I string my stuff out throughout the whole living room like this, and then decide to go ahead and put it all together about midnight the night before. And I'm sure you guys do it too. But after this, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well guys, from the looks of that sign on the front that says Wolf Custom, that can only mean one thing. We're going camping. Guys, this is what Kansas is apprised of. Open countryside for the most part, you know. We find a patch of trees, it's our heaven. Let's go check it out. I don't know what it is. It's like we've seen an alien life form. I've never seen this
Anybody know
in
what kind of cactus this is?
I'm sure some of our desert dwellers will be like, well, that's just common old. Yeah, because then you wonder if these are edible. I don't know what it is. It's kind of a cool find. So guys, we're just kind of wandering around at the moment, checking out the property, you know, basically finding the perimeter, so we know what our borders and what we got to go with. Because you got to stay on the property you're supposed to be on, you know. But there's nothing special out here. You can definitely see it's a lot of open countryside. There's a little patch of trees down there. But now we're going to go back to our bags and make a game plan. Decide what we want to do. So what we're doing right now is I'm filming so Justin will clean up the campsite and then I won't have to do it. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's kind of funny how when we go camping, we usually will walk to a spot and set our packs down and then take our little scout bags and go around looking for a spot to camp. And it almost always seems that where we set our bags down is where we camp, just because it ends up being the better looking spot. And I don't know if it just is intuition or what you want to call it, but it's kind of neat. So anyway, what we're going to do, at least at this point, is we're both going to do lean-to shelters. And he's going to tie to that tree over to that one, I think. And I'm going to tie from the closer one by his camera here over to, let's see, that tree there, I think. I believe. Actually, it's behind this tree. So, we're both going to have lean-tos, and we're both going to be basically coming up to each other like such. And we're going to put a fire in between us. So, hang tight while we do that, and I'll help Justin clean up the area. This is where I'm going to set down my area here. So I've been trying to clear out a lot of this little bit of brush, and I definitely don't want to use my knife. And there's a ton of this buckbrush out here, so just want to get it out of the way. Kind of grab any of these little sticks that are going to poke you in the middle of the night, kind of deal. So guys, I do want to make a note. I don't know if you guys can notice this, but back there, Justin's got his bag hanging on a tree. Now, I always see him do that, and I'm thinking that is such a brilliant idea. So, usually what happens is he gets the perfect tree with the perfect spot to hang his perfect thing. Of course, this time he hung a ridge line up and hooked this thing on there all fancy. So I had to copy him, naturally. So guys, I wanted to show you what I did for my shelter. It's nothing fancy. It is my canvas tarp, and I went ahead and staked out the first 2 feet, I believe it is, and then a lean-to, and then come back down. And I've used a ton of toggles on. Actually, everything's toggled. Let's put it that way. So I'll go ahead and take you off the stand so you guys can get a better view of it, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next after this. So you guys can see that my hidden woodsman haversack is right there, and my pack's hanging in the tree right there, and I have a Prusik with the toggle, and come down here I've got a guide outline you can see on the corner of this tarp going down to another toggle. So I've got this toggle, and I used the backwards way of using on the taut line hitch where I've showed the video, or I'm getting ready to show the video, whichever one I load first, I'm not sure. But so the line itself would cinch on itself, so good place to pull out. And this line just goes through each of these guide out lines, and that's important. Here in a sec you'll see why. Got another toggle, and the same thing down at the end. I just got a toggle in this one. Down at the bottom down there where the stake is, a toggle. This stake's a toggle. So as you guys can see right now, got plenty of room. Wish I had some tie outs like Justin's native design tarp to pull the back out, but I may do something for that here in a little bit. Let's see. Hang tight. So what I'm going to do next, guys, as you can see here, I'd like to lift this up a little bit to kind of give a little bit more space in there, and be able to kind of pull it outwards just a little bit. Hang tight. So I think I've found the perfect stick, and you know, it was up to about here. I'm going to cut it a little bit higher just because I've got the forks down here. So here's what I'm doing. I left that guide wire in there so I can stick the crook of this in there and lift it up a little bit more, just to give me a little bit more headroom. Alright guys, so I haven't showed his shelter yet, and Justin's shelter doesn't look too far off from mine. And like I was saying earlier, I like his tarp because he has these tie outs in the back, and he's got a rig pulling the whole back end of this tarp out, and it really gives a lot of extra room in there. It just creates a nice, well, that probably wasn't made you seasick, but it really opens it up. So you know, when we're doing these things, I noticed that a lot of times we'll pick up ideas from each other, and that's how we end up with what we have. So I went ahead and added some cow manure as a button to help pull the back of my tarp out, as you can kind of see there.
I would like to ask why you chose cow crap.
It was held matter. It was kind of and I could.
So you could hand it to me, hand me cow crap, and make me hold the cow crap in place while you tied a knot. Is that what it is?
Pretty much.
Oh.
So I gave Justin the cow crap so he could put it in the tarp, so I could come out here and put the button on it. But I didn't cut my paracord. You can kind of see it goes around, and this is the same piece of paracord that I used for to tie out the front of the tarp. So if it was to rain, it looks like there's plenty of area for this tarp to shed. You can kind of see how it's angling off that way and angling off back that way, and definitely an angle off back this way. So we'll definitely see how it works out. I've never tried this setup before. Like I said, it seems like when we're doing stuff, one of us will do an idea and then the next person will use it, and there's nothing wrong in that with that at all. It's actually pretty neat, and that's how we learn. So, you know, don't be afraid to try out something somebody else has tried, so you can figure it out if you like it, you know. So you guys may have noticed that I've been wearing this nice wool stocking, and got that from Boggins for Your Noggins over there. And yeah, I still got the tag on, I know. I'm getting ready to remove it though. But I was just talking to Justin a little while ago about wearing these things, and talking about how if you really want to look cool, you got to kind of just pull it all down. The closer you get it to your eyes, the cooler you look. Yeah. Yeah, we're just having fun, guys. This thing's pretty warm. I'm not sure how this came about to me, but as I stood up, I thought, because I was just going to start carving, I thought about going ahead and putting my knife around the tree like this. It's really no different than doing what I was doing down there, and hogging off stuff. So if you need to stand up, want to stand up, you could back brace it on a tree like this. I'm not sure if you guys can see that it's fairly windy today. Not extremely bad, but enough that if you expose your skin, it starts to chill. And it's going to show you one of the my favorite things is that, you know, when you go hunting, that I've experienced, and show you what I do to help get out of the wind and enjoy myself. So here it is, nothing special, but definitely want to clear out some of this debris around you. And if it's snowy out, I'll clip off a few of these branches and lay them down on the ground, something to sit on. But I just love how you can just kind of snuggle up inside one of these like this, and that sun is facing you. This works best obviously if the wind's coming from your back, but that sun will just come in right on you and there's no wind really bothering you. You can just sit here and soak up the rays. Take a nap. Some of my favorite hunting spots are right behind a cedar tree. Breaks up your outline real nice and cuts you out of the wind. The cedar tree puts off a good scent. Just a good place to take a nap. If you can nap while you're hunting, you know you're doing it right. Unless a dog comes in view. You know, sometimes I like the fact that when you're camping on purpose, like we are right now, that a lot of the colors that we use are kind of subdued per se, so your camp is fairly well hidden. Most people that walk by this area right here would never even know that we are actually camped down there. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Our camp is just right there. And Justin is actually, I don't know if I can pick it up. He's right over there somewhere, processing firewood. He's huge into processing firewood, which is very good. It definitely doesn't burn like that all the time. Once in a while I gotta get in there and blow on it to get it up. But seems like once you get a nice coal bed, it holds the heat pretty good, and has been keeping my food boiling. I already made some oatmeal and coffee, and now I've got like a rice pasta type. It's like a homemade deal that I got from Mixed Up at home. So guys, we're just sitting here relaxing. I'm eating my rice pasta mixture with lentils. Made up a small batch of Kool-Aid. Just sitting here chatting and just kind of relaxing, you know. So once in a while when you go camping out, you just got to kind of take it easy and do just about nothing, because it gets pretty tiring, you know, going to work and then camping out can wear on you. But it's a pretty nice day out. The sun is, well, I don't know how much longer we got. Justin has a little fire going in the middle of us, just enough to keep the coals going. He's gathering a little bit more wood and kind of stoking it. That firebox worked out pretty good. I still got coals in it. They've been there for quite some time still. But it definitely cooked up this meal for me. I really enjoyed that. It's kind of nice. I could see if you were, you know, camping or hiking or something like that, and you didn't want to start a big fire, even camping out and didn't want to start a big fire, how that could be pretty nice. I kind of forgot to bring a bunch of food. Always carry that tube, and usually have a few meals of Mountain House in there, and apparently I ate them all last time I went camping. Got the dog over here wanting to eat my food. Is it good? Huh? Yeah, you're having fun, aren't you? I just want to point out that Justin's one of those guys that if he ain't got fire, he gets bored.
This is true.
He's just got to be fidgeting with something constantly. See? There's no need to feed that thing firewood now, and he just keeps putting wood on it. It's awesome. Kind of makes it easy for me. I don't even have to put any wood on the fire.
Why do you think all the long logs are over there on my side?
You want to see? He ain't kidding either.
I already know who's going to be up all night feeding the fire.
I'll probably be snoring. It's about normal. I love camping with you. You're such a good camp buddy. It's getting warm over here.
Just building up that coal base, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking we should put those big, huge logs over here.
Not yet. Just that little fire right there. How can you feel that heat in there at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, you can feel it right here. Feel that. Well, I mean, this canvas soaks up the heat, and where it's cold, it feels cold. You know, it's a little different than like a silnai.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you can feel it in there, huh?
Right here, I can't really feel it.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the sun's kind of on me a little bit.
Could be.
It just added that little bit extra bump. So I wanted to show you guys what I got going on with my new pot here. Another toggle. So I got this toggle in there and just got my string looped up and over the, and I used those Y branches that we're using on our tarps. So I just put the branch there, got my string coming down so I can just move it off if I want to. Of course you see our wood pile, how much wood we got there, and then over there. And then Justin got, what do you call it, obsessed, and he got wood over here. It's all on his side, so you know.
I wonder why.
But we literally do have just a little fire going on. It's not very big at all. And we're doing just fine. So I'm just cutting up some potatoes. That is one food that I did bring out. I don't peel them. I don't ever worry about that. I actually like the skin, to be honest with you. It's too much work anyway. We're out here to have fun. So I brought 2 potatoes. I'll cut these up. Season them with some of that Old Bay seasoning or some seasoned salt. I don't know, whichever one I decide. Doesn't take long to get a good frying pan full. This is an 8-inch frying pan, I think.
Nope, I'm peachy.
Go ahead, do it again.
Peachy.
Come on, do the teapot.
Nope.
Come on, Justin. Just once.
I can't just do it on demand. It's just got to be spur of the moment.
Okay. Let's start talking about the pot like we were. It's bubbling a lot.
Yeah, it's making noise.
It's making noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a little teapot. Come on.
Short and stout.
See, I knew you had it in you. You got a daughter. These potatoes are going to be good, aren't they? Darn dog wants to eat them raw.
Oh, whoops, I'm still.
So yeah, I like my seasoning a lot. Use this. And this thing is full. This is going to take a while to fry up. But I did throw a little bit of oil in there, even though this is a non-stick Teflon coated pan. Just like my oil. Kind of helps it along too. There's the dog trying to eat the taters. Actually, the dog eats pretty much anything. Ice, potatoes, wood. So guys, I've got 3 different blanket pins. I've got this Flint Striker one here. I've got it at the bottom of my foot box area, right above my knee. I've got this one. So I got this one from the canteen shop. And I got this one when I was at the Pathfinder gathering. And I got this one from Tractor Supply. It's for a horse blanket pin, I think it was. But that was on clearance, so I don't think they carry them anymore. But it's a regular one. I'm going to stick this one up closer, right below my armpits, per se, somewhere around there, because I don't want to be able to I don't want to restrict my arms from being able to get out. So, but should work pretty good. I usually use at least 2 of these. I'm going to use 3 today. I'm not sure if you guys can even see Justin through that. I think that's his head right there, or his hand. But
It's not. I wouldn't call it a long fire, even though it's longer than it is wide. But it's probably 2.5 feet wide, maybe. Maybe 3 at the longest. Got that going, and then right above me, I went ahead and lit up my candle lantern. Always loved the ambience, and of course I got my thermometer up there. It did say it was 32 degrees just a minute ago, and now it says 49. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Definitely brightens things up a little bit. Dog has settled down quite a bit too. Now, I think we're getting a long fire. I woke up to go pee, and Justin's over here burning himself out. I think he's pretty warm. Actually, he said he's about to shed layers. So it's kind of funny. And the dog?
Psycho.
Yeah. I don't
What's
think
she
it's
eating
sleeping.
now?
Her bone that you found for her.
Okay, it just now jumped up to 54. I guarantee it's hotter than that over here.
Yeah, mine says 55, so yours has got to be hotter. I think your bone pile's getting ready to catch on fire. Justin's so warm over there that he doesn't have his wool blanket on him on the top half.
The only reason I have it on period is, like I said, to protect me from the frickin' heat.
It's kind of funny. You're gonna have to do flip over. You're gonna have to
Goodness.
flip from side to side, put your back to it, and then put your front to it.
Maya. Stop.
Now, this is a long fire. My face feels like it's on fire. It's burning. That big log, yep, it's as big as it looks it is. And it's definitely got bright over here. It's like having infrared. Darn, thermometer is kicked up to 65 over here. I don't think Justin even needs his blanket anymore. He's getting out. It's awesome. How's that neck gator doing? So Justin moved his head down to the other end and stripped us clothes. His wool.
Yeah, tell him the story.
So as you see, I put the big log on.
Yeah, the big one the size of a Volkswagen.
And he says his size, how hot did you say your size was?
It's 107 degrees.
107.
Let me just make sure it hasn't gone up to 125. It's 108.
108.
108.
You can't even sleep, it's so hot.
I can't go out there because it's, 30 degrees. 30 degrees out there, 108 right here. I gotta tell you, I have never, ever, ever been winter camping, ever seen a shelter 108 degrees. But I guess that's what happens when you put Volkswagens on the fire. Even the dog don't want any part of it.
The dog won't get in your shelter. These are the fun, memorable times. These are great. Now the sun's about to rise. You can see the light. Yep. My phone is blowing up. I just turned it back on. Had to charge it overnight with my Goal Zero. But we're staying nice and toasty warm. Justin's checking his thermometer again. The big old log we put in finally burnt in half. We just stuck it back together. But I'll show you what we got going on over there. Seems like you always stoke the fire when you gotta go pee. Oh, man. Well, it's been fun. Didn't film a whole lot, just kind of relaxed, chatted, and just a little bit of other stuff. See you after a bit. Well, guys, just taking it easy here, cleaning up my stuff, and always sad when you gotta leave. But yeah, I had a great time. Always have a good time with Justin. Always seem to find something to laugh about. So, we're getting ready to leave camp here probably in an hour. I'm not sure yet. We're just taking it easy like I was saying. But some of the big logs, which are kind of under there, are taking a bit to burn. So, we added a bunch of small wood to kind of heat the fire up so it would burn those bigger logs faster. Kind of sounds like backwards thinking, but it works, and that small kindling just burn up real fast. Getting ready to go down to the pond with the dog and go fill up the pot with some more water, so when time goes to putting it out, we can make sure it's all the way out, because you don't want to leave any loose embers for fire to happen later. Got to be responsible. So guys, I'm all packed up, ready to go. Mr. Wolf's been ready to go. He always seems to pack up before me. I'm kind of slow. Oh well. See you guys later.
Just record me so you see if I just fall.
Yeah.